Inokwa. Tufia kwa. Ihere megbuo onu. I repeat. Ihere megbuo ndị ụmụ Igbo niile, whether old or young, so na ha wo stakeholders and ha wo billionaires. Inyere ha self na emezi mmụọ. We shall beg Tinubu to forgive Nnamdi Kanu at Eze. This Anambra businessman and Semi Amadioha ndị Igbo. I beg you, let me ask you, maybe I might be wrong and you have every right to correct me. At Eze, the Semi Amadioha, what is the offense of Nnamdi Kanu? That is number one. After 4 years, Nnamdi Kanu have been in detention, or rather in incarceration. This is you, a stakeholder in the southeast and a well-respected criminal. You come out now to talk about Nnamdi Kanu. Not only talking about Nnamdi Kanu, but to make matter worse, you are telling the general public and also the world who are watching that the Biafrans need to, you will beg, or he say we shall, not only him, we shall. That means Ndi will have to go and beg. The same way, last time, if not the uproar of Igbos, they would have concluded to go to beg Fulanis and Northerners to forgive them over the genocidal war against the Biafrans. Do not forget, if your memory cannot serve you right, mine is always intact. So you that is watching me, help me pass this message to this man, this old man, to tell us what is the offense of Nnamdi Kanu. It is rather this guy maintain his silence than to come out here now to rub the Igbos and the Biafrans on the mud, because I didn't see this thing as necessary. He also put it out there why people now are busy dragging this man. If you go to the comment section where they posted this video on X, my dear, this guy have sold himself. In fact, he have belittled himself. That even the people who are not worthy to be his farmer are now raising dust and cursing him. That is the simple truth. Because it would have been better he keeps silent than this charade he come out to do on the internet. Not having an interview with Daily Post, but he also went to have an interview with AIT. Kakaki. Oh, now I go play the voice. When I play the voice, finish, then we read the comment. But first of all, let us read from Daily Post what he said here. Please like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos. Billionaire businessman Prince Eze has urged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to forgive the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Eze said that unlike former President Muhammadu Buhari, who detained Kanu, Tinubu has a spirit of forgiveness and harbors no enemies. Speaking with journalists in Enugu, the notably industrialist also stated that Tinubu means well for Ndi Igbo, or rather for Igbo nation, as evidenced in his recent actions regarding the Southeast. Eze said these measures were an indication that Tinubu loves the Southeast. According to Eze, we need to thank the president for his concerns towards addressing the infrastructure gaps in the Southeast region. We have to thank Tinubu for establishing the Southeast Development Commission that never yielded or bring any $1 income. Ndara, useless old fools. Remember, we have clamored for this commission since the end of Nigeria-Biafra war without success. It is only Tinubu who has demonstrated his love for us by establishing this commission. That commission will solve our problem. Let me see. Nnamdi Kanu was detained by Buhari, not Tinubu. Buhari is a hardliner, but we shall beg Tinubu to forgive him. He has a spirit of forgiveness. He has no enemy. Kanu has been detained since he was kidnapped in Kenya and subjected to extraordinary rendition back to Nigeria. Since returning to Nigeria, Kanu has dismissed all the charges against court have dismissed all the charges against the IPOB leader, but the Nigerian government has refused to release him. However, several relevant stakeholders in the Southeast have been clamoring for a release of Martin Nnamdi Kanu by Tinubu. Last year, the Southeast governors expressed willingness to meet with Tinubu in a bid to push for Kanu's release. But do you ask yourself this question? Did they really meet him? They couldn't meet him. He didn't go to Asarok. They didn't go to meet him in Bordelion. And they could not even present the matter before Tinubu when he visited Enugu on his first tour in the Southeast since becoming the president of the zoo. But let us hear how Asos Peters talk the matter, and also we can play the voice of this what they call him, this Semi Amadioha Igbo Ato Ezenugbo. Then after that, we then come back for more discussions, as we are going to also discuss what happens at the comment section. So let us listen to Ato Eze and Asos Peters of BVI Channel Television.
Prince Ato Eze had made a very sensitive statement that has set everywhere ablaze concerning Tinubu releasing Nnamdi Kanu.
Where is the hardline I tell him? But we can beg Tinubu for forgiveness. Tinubu has spirit of forgiveness. He has no enemy. The thing that I was in civil war. I was refugee for 3 years with my father. I loved some of my brothers in battlefield. All these people talking about war, they didn't know. There are four people now. If he commanded the chief brigade, he got brigade commander. He had the bullet in the heart. Those people run about didn't know. I was here when those people defend the public of Biafra, this house of assembly. What their assessment of my father. Yeah, they don't know what it's for. It's not the Tinubu's fault. It is Buhari's fault. But it's a big Tinubu to forgive. That's good to forgive. The wife is a kind woman. Very kind.
You hear what he said? He said it is not Tinubu's fault. It is Buhari's fault. So it means that the judiciary in Nigeria is dead long ago, because if you are counting on human beings who are on the seat, then what happened to the judiciary? Had the judiciary not have any... I think a judiciary in every country is supposed to be an independent organization. So why are you calling Tinubu and Buhari? You can't even mention that the courts have already freed this man, free him for the interest of peace, at least to restore normality and also to restore security in the Southeast. But rather, no. He said he's going to beg him to forgive. So it's not his fault, it is a Buhari's fault. That he have no enemy. And he have no enemy. And since he frees on the Igboho, how many people went to beg Tinubu to free the Igboho? Or to free Bello Badejo? Also to free Sowore? Our southeastern stakeholders, all of them, from beginning to the end, both old or young, and when came I here?
The one who went to Benjamin, went to State PDP. He kept them found 10 million. He didn't care which party he belonged to. He was sharing anything. Your husband share everywhere. They don't belong to any party. We're not talking about party, we're talking about new job Nigeria. Clinical, Southeast, development store. That's not so bad. No other government people us they get them. People can appoint them.
When I don't hear his voice, I don't really want to continue playing this because the thing is not quite that clear. But I want to fast forward the video now. I want to fast forward the video to what Asos really said. Exactly the point I make. So let me fast forward the video, because this one is sounding like a broken ogene.
Why is it now raising dust everywhere?
Okay.
Some people are dragging out the Ezenuko up and down.
He need to
asking him to keep quiet.
He need to be dragged.
If he doesn't want to be dragged publicly, he should just keep quiet and leave the issue of Nnamdi Kanu out of it, out of his mouth and lips.
Of course.
Why are people so, very, seriously angry for him mentioning Nnamdi Kanu? Or maybe they don't want making Nnamdi Kanu be released. Now let us, dissect this thing. This issue of Nnamdi Kanu being released is now becoming a rhetoric. From the time of Buhari to the time of Tinubu, it has become a rhetoric in the heart and the minds and the, what you will tell people and you pacify them. Now people are getting angry because they don't want to continue to be deceived by, giving them false hope of Nnamdi Kanu's release.
Old story every day.
Now let me address the real issue, which is this call and continued, speech by notable Igbo men in our society talking about and calling out on Nnamdi Kanu's release and all of that is emboldening the criminals who are operating in the name of justifying Nnamdi Kanu detention. If you do the plus and minus, you understand what I'm saying. Some people who are feeding under, you must release Nnamdi Kanu and be committing all manner of crime, which I believe that for the fact that there is high level of insecurity in Southeast, particularly in Anambra State, it has reached its breaking point. So in order to pacify the people, just say that very soon Nnamdi Kanu will be released, so as those people who are doing all these things will calm down. Foul. The more you say that, the more you get the people angry. And the more you embolden those who are doing that to continue doing more. When it is clear that the government is doing little or nothing to solve the problem at hand, what stops Tinubu from releasing Nnamdi Kanu, since the court has already granted him that release?
Okay.
What stops them? Is it today? What stops the government from engaging in proper security setup? I mean, they know they pay their security operatives well. That untrained gunmen are now mesmerizing the so-called trained Nigerian security architecture, from the military to special forces to even the police on the street, with all the billions being spent in the name of security votes and security setup, all in vain, just like every other thing in Nigeria. So I will advise Atezemunpo, a respected Igbo son in Igbo land,
respected criminal,
to avoid getting himself more than the clear the economic,
respected criminal,
to just stay clear, okay, and let the people in government who are supposed to do the needful, let them do the needful. It will be fine if you just walk up to Tinubu and tell him, please release this man, let him go, so that there will be peace. It will be fine for you to do that without...
As simple as that. Release him so that there will be peace. Just like Fagbemi said, they withdraw the suit they filed against Bello Badejo for the interest of peace and justice. Are you hearing me now? Let us hear, or rather let us discuss what the Biafrans think at the comment section. Anosike Emmanuel said, the injustice against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is injustice against humanity. Ndị Igbo cannot be deceived by rhetoric, by politicians. Sincere demand is of essence. Because all these things is, when they need something, when they need to solidify whatever they are looking for, they will come out and call for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. Once they get that thing they needed, or maybe they need money, they want to just, because anybody who come out talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, if you are prominent and your voice will be heard in the whole world, when you talk about that once, twice, or 3 times, they will come and use money to shut you up. You know? So the first one you talk, the world might take it as a kind of it's a joke. They are waiting for the second time or the third time. Then they will know that this prominent man who put mouth on this Nnamdi Kanu's matter, maybe say in get point, maybe they look into it. So maybe he needed money now. He's a billionaire, but somebody will come and tell me, say, what kind of money? My brother, the rich, also cry. Somebody might be rich, my brother, in properties, what billions and trillions of naira, but in that person's bank account is 0. It happen. A billionaire might be looking for a contract, or maybe he need or have a contract to execute, which he have a 100 billion naira, and out of that money he need about 500 billion. He needed money. He need to source money to complete it. So maybe this is one of them. And somebody will come and say, my dear, afterwards he better close his mouth than to put, because they are the one that are complicating these issues. I'm very sure he is not sincere calling for Nnamdi Kanu. He say want to go to Gbege Tinubu. But what for? Going there to Gbege Tinubu to free Nnamdi Kanu is just equally telling them that Nnamdi Kanu is guilty when there's no any court of competent jurisdiction in Nigeria that have already proven him guilty. If you prove that he is guilty, then try him at the court and send him to jail. So after the better, whatever they call him, Amadioha, he better close that in nonsense mouth. Because I wanna eze make eze. I want maka ekuru katanisi we gwa yoku. Not a way quick as no kuwa no. But I will leave them. They are misleading us all in the name of their political godfathers. Nonsense. Justice Onyema said I would advise him to keep quiet as he has since. Biko, Nnamdi Kanu has his own plan and not begging to be released. He wants Biafra and referendum and not war. I beg you. Chijoke Amefuna said he will beg T-Pen to release him. What did Nnamdi Kanu do for him to use that statement beg? That is the question. OJ Beke said sold out Igbo elites without honor. According to Ebele Chukwu said, even Moses told Pharaoh to let the people of Israel go, for them to serve their God, but Pharaoh refused until the wrath of God came down. The rest is history. Valentine Anyim said the reason why Igbos are not happy when this politician mentioned Nnamdi Kanu is because they have understood that they are only using his name just for political reasons. When they say one thing in the public for Igbos to see them as good people, and they will go to secret and say another thing to the president. Keep holding him. Victor Udo said he is on a mission. Simple. Very, very, very bad mission. Not good one. Very bad mission. Onyekachi Obeche said this is one of the Eflefus in Igbo land. Let him shut up. Of course. So for you to see that not only me is angry about this move, everybody is angry. Advine Maxwell said it is so sad how or what our people have become when it comes to politics in Nigeria. An ethnic group in the past, when their elders spoke Nigeria trembles, are today irrelevant and treated as a minority ethnic group. What a shame. And all these things is what Master Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa and every other person is fighting to restore that dignity of Ndigbo. But the people we are fighting for, so that they will go to their grave happily, are busy sabotaging us in all ramifications. Ifeanyi said the same person that said in Abakaliki that after Buhari it is an Igbo man. I didn't see this guy as a serious person. It is all about his pocket. You get the point now. People are bringing out the truth. Charles Okonkwo said Atoeze is a politician. During late President Muhammadu Buhari, Atoeze told Igbos when Buhari visited the Ebonyi state that after him it will hand over to Igbo. That Buhari promised him. So how far? He now calling Buhari, say Buhari is the one that make mistake. That Buhari is a hardliner. Kinsley Ikenna, this one a Flefu in Igbo land. He is one of the Flefus who claim to be politicians and leaders in the southeast. They gave him oil contracts and made money from it. So he speaks from both sides of his mouth. Maramaranihu Gwampete Nazo. Azu Bike Sunday. Why Tinubu never releasing on the canon is that you have got yourself leaders of Igbo and nobody in Nigeria. So they are made them nobody. He said, is it because we in Nigeria, we are in Nigeria, but we are not Nigerian? Victor Ude, from my own point of view, he went to use APC to take over Anambra State in next election. That is why he's calling for Nnamdi Kanu. Another point there. Another very big point. Chukwus Obiora said, even me, I was in Abuja yesterday to help free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You mean they have not announced his release? Sorrow, agony and pain. I beg my people. I beg we let us just take a small, more reaction. Then we'll round up. Peter Chimezie said, I think saying another news. Brother Chinedu is not today. Tony Adiba said, I quite agree with you indeed. If the Igbo politician leaders are sincere about Nnamdi Kanu regaining his freedom, why can't they forget their ego, pride, political and religious affiliations? They visit President Tinubu and appeal to him eyeball to eyeball for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I have always believed, just like Shakespeare wrote in Julius Caesar, that there is no one so firm that cannot be moved. Tinubu will listen to the elders as a group, but if they decide to continue saying the same old song in the same cacophony of voice, lacking sincerity and seriousness, they sure won't achieve positive results. We learned that when Tinubu had a closed-door meeting with some Igbo leaders during his visit to Enugu recently, not even one leader had the liver to raise the issue of Nnamdi Kanu's release. Mr. President, so you can see that some of the so-called Igbo leaders are just playing to the gallery. It is a pity. It's quite unfortunate. It is so sad and shameful. Very, very strong word. Very, very strong word. Oluchi said, old fools. Sacramento, selfish old rich man. Now to arrest Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even Malami made a statement that they should have killed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then bringing him back to Nigeria. So leave out Eze out of it. Even money cannot raise Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. No powers hold him not bear money. Anyway, my people, now here we go take a break. I beg, make sure continue liking, sharing, commenting, and keep subscribing for more interesting videos. I'll be right back.